Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell 'em. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. So excited to have Coach Dena Scott on with us. Great lady doing some amazing things. So excited to have her on to highlight her and her journey. So first off, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Well, thank you for having me. I've heard a lot about you, Chip, and your program, and so it's just an honor and a pleasure to be a part of it.
Let's go. Thank you so much for taking the time. And so I know off air, we talked about, man, your amazing journey from being where you're from and being able to come back to your home and pour into and serve there. But if you don't mind, sharing a little bit with the audience so they have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Sure. So I'm Dena Scott, a director of athletics here in Fort Bend ISD. Born and raised here in Fort Bend County. Played a lot of sports here during my time in the education system. Graduated from Dulles High School and went on to play volleyball at Syracuse University. Had a little coaching change my sophomore year, so came back and finished up at Texas A&M, and had a time to go and work and live in Virginia Beach, Virginia for a little bit and see the world outside of Texas, but wanted to come back home as soon as I possibly could. So in 2002, I started my journey back here in Fort Bend ISD as a middle school coach at First Colony Middle School, as well as a campus coordinator. And that's kind of when I really started to realize that my passion and my professional journey might take a turn to athletic administration. And so I got my master's here in Fort Bend ISD at the cohort, and then worked my way up and became the head volleyball coach at my alma mater, Dulles High School, and really enjoyed that until in 2012, the assistant athletic director position came available here in Fort Bend, and I was lucky and honored to get to work with my mentor, Philip O'Neill, who hired me as the AD here, and worked with him for several years. And then in 2020, right in the middle of COVID, I was promoted to district athletic director and have been in this role ever since, working for the coaches and the student athletes, and just doing the best that I can to give back to the community and the district that poured into me so many years ago.
Yeah. So cool, Coach. Congratulations on all of that. That's such a neat journey. Yeah. Well, what are 3 things you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
So, I thought about this question a lot, and one of the main things that I feel like I've accomplished in my time as an athletic administrator, just in general, is building capacity in coaches, building capacity in student athletes, building capacity in my team. I have an awesome team of assistant athletic directors, athletic coordinators, athletic district trainers, who are all working really hard to help student athletes and programs fulfill their dreams and destinies here in Fort Bend ISD. And so there's a lot of programs that we started here. We've started an aspiring athletic administrators cohort. We've started an aspiring head coaches cohort. We've worked with our student leadership teams on each of the campuses, and started a summit a few years ago, and have just implemented a council which gets to meet with me twice a semester. And it is so exciting to get to meet with the student athletes, the best of the best, the top of the top at each of the campuses that come in and work on things that are just outside of the sport, which is community service, which is trying to implement the Texas way and sportsmanship, and cut down on the negative that's around sports sometimes. And so it's not one thing that I can put my thumb on, or but those accomplishments help build capacity. And then myself, I learned from all of those things with those
Yes.
coaches and student athletes and my team. And so it's not three things, but it's the most important thing to me.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. And I always say this, and just hearing you say that and just see there was a little spark in you, coach, when you talked about the building capacity piece.
Absolutely.
I think it's life changing to change lives, right? And what I mean by that is, a lot of times we just, we do what we do because that's what you're supposed to do, like giving service and helping others and pointing to others and help, um, because we know what it feels like to have people to do that for us. But
Sure.
then what happens is, as we do that, and you said this too, like I learned so much in that process from being around great people that we're trying to pour into. And so I just think it's awesome when we can do those things, and it's life changing for both ends.
Yeah. Well, and as an athletic director, don't get me wrong, I love going to the games and supporting, and the
Hmm.
wins are
Yep.
awesome. But our coaches know in our district that that is not the main thing. Our main thing is building that capacity, that leadership, the culture, the pillars, and the program. And if you do that, in my opinion, the wins will come, the success will come, and getting our story out there so that those in the community know that we're not just about the X's and O's. We're more, there's life after ball. We talk about that all the time. A lot of these student athletes are going to go on to be the next, doctors, lawyers,
Yes.
community members, and we are equipping them with the skills that they need in order to do that and be the leaders in their communities moving forward.
So good. Well, just hearing you talk about your journey, or hearing you discuss the things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Well, again, the wins and losses are great. The wins are great, but a lot of us learn in the failures as well. And so
Mm,
our coaches, from my time as a coach, I'll be really honest with you, and I'm honest with my coaches. I focused a lot on the X's and O's, that state championship, going that furthest in the playoffs. However, as I've grown in my leadership and as an athletic administrator, I've seen great coaches and how they, you know, uh, relay the message that it's not just about the wins and the losses, and they build that culture and they use those pillars of excellence and those things that drive their program, and then you can see the success come from it, and then you see where that success goes on the campus. It drives the behavior on the campus when everybody's having a good season and everything is going great. But again, success can come through failure as well, and so we talk a lot about that in our meetings.
so good. Well, what I want to do now, Coach, kind of off script here, if you will, is I want to throw like maybe three words or phrases at you, and you just talk about what comes to mind or to heart when you hear these words or phrases. You okay with that?
Sure, let's try it.
All right. So the first word I want to throw at you is mentorship.
Oh, I love it. I'm a great mentor, but I'm also a great mentee. I've had several opportunities through the Rock Mentor Program, through the NIAAA AD cohort, to mentor, groups of people, but then also through the THS ADA, the Aspiring Athletic, or Quad A, the Aspiring Athletic Administrators Academy. It's just a passion of mine. I don't have all the answers, but when I get in a group of people that are aspiring to be either in my position or a head coach, I listen. I listen a lot. And I try to just provide the advice and the experiences that I've gone through to help somebody else get to where they want to be.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one, Coach. That was good. We we came out the box hot on that one.
Uh-oh.
All right. The next one I want to give you is making adjustments.
Ooh. Well, in Fort Bend ISD, with a large district or even a small district, there's a lot of times where you have a game plan, you set the game plan, and then things change in a second, in a minute, and so you always have to be flexible and adjust. In this type of position, you can, if you're one of those people that has to have an organizational chart, and you have to check off all those boxes from the start of the day to the end of the day. This is not the position for you, because you will get in and you'll get a phone call, you'll get an email, you'll have somebody come into your office, and your whole day has changed. And so athletics has given us that, when we're in a game, back when I was playing and coaching, when you're in a game, you have the game plan, but then something changes and you have to make a quick adjustment on the fly. And so I believe athletics prepares us all for life lessons like that.
Yes, so true. I think that athletics teaches us transferable skills that we carry on for the rest of our lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so the last one I want to give you here, Coach. I'm gonna pause a little bit before I give you this one. Then I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna say, "Hey, this is the good one right here. This is the good one."
Ready.
All right. So the last one I want to give you is legacy.
Oh, that's a good one. Gives me the chills even thinking about it. I think of so many great coaches that have come before me, great athletic administrators that have come before me and mentored me. If I sat here and named them all, we'd probably be going for another 20 minutes or so, but just people that have, built my capacity as a leader and left their legacy, that hopefully one day I'll be able to, may not be here to see it, but hopefully I'll have left a similar legacy in Fort Bend, not in the state, and maybe across the country.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, as we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you, check you out with all the amazing things, show you some love with all the amazing things you guys have going on.
Sure, absolutely. So it's at capital D, Scott, SCOTT 713 is our Twitter. And then we also have at Fort Bend Athletics is our Twitter as well, or X. I will have to shout out my team. Deborah Mize, my assistant athletic director, has been the social media person. So we've also got Instagram going as well. So I am not the best at that, but I always find people on my team that are good at things and highlight their strengths. There's one thing I could add, a little book suggestion, if that's okay.
Yes.
Into the Storm by Kevin DeShazo talks about the difference between the bison and the cow. The bison heads into the storm, the cow turns away from the storm's adversity. And I have I've had a lot of adversity in my life, along with everybody else out there, I'm sure, battling breast cancer, changing jobs, changing teams, things like that. And I just like to share my story so that other people can understand and know that there's life after adversity. The storm always runs out of rain, but then there's always another storm that comes. And surround yourself with great people, family, friends. But again, adversity plus perseverance equals success. So thanks for allowing me to share that, Chip.
Oh, no worries. And then I'm gonna a one word response into that you just said, and that word response is boom. I love
I have
it.
my spirit, so anytime I have to go with my spirit. So somebody out there hopefully
Oh
it
no.
resonates with.
Yeah, we all got better today from that, Coach. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So again, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to hang out on the Success Chronicles. Truly appreciate it, and I wish you continued success.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me again. It's an honor and a pleasure. And like I said, I've heard many great things about you, and continued success for you and your professional journey.
Thank you so much. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.